Well, good evening. Thanks for joining Watch Fox Sports. I'm Corey Miller, Pastor Payne, now joined by the captain, Kerry Rich, and the captain, 2-0 for the men's basketball team. Two good wins. And as you noted, a lot of teams got beat, got upset. I think about Alabama. They got beat badly by Dayton. So when you look at the Gamecocks record, a nice win the other night over Oral Roberts.
Yeah, certainly when you look at college basketball, as you noted, a lot of high-level programs fell to mid-major programs. And the days of the expected wins against mid-major programs by the high-level programs, those days are done. Just so much parity. But for South Carolina, it's really, really good for them to get off to a 2-0 start, especially with the way they won. The juniors and seniors are now playing like veterans. They're providing that veteran experience that's needed. So to get off to a good start for this basketball team, which is so important when it comes to confidence, is a good thing.
Now, several guys I was impressed with the other night against Oral Roberts. One guy is Leomonis Chikevichus, really getting it done in the paint. A career high for him, 27 points on the night. Frank Martin said after the game, Captain, that this guy used to be allergic to contact, allergic to the physicality of the game, but it seems like he finally gets it.
Yeah, that's been one of Frank's biggest issues with Lemonis, just the inability to play with physicality, to rebound the basketball. He's always had a good offensive touch, but because he doesn't give what he needs to give on the other end of the floor, that's caused him maybe to have some issues with Frank. But there was a sizable advantage for South Carolina the other night against Oral Roberts, and Frank Martin and his staff made a concerted effort to get the ball inside, and that's why we saw Lemonis have such a really, really good night. Also, Mendogas. Mendogas was also nice. Good with a double-double. So they wanted to take advantage of that size.
Well, Dwayne noticed, too. I don't want to not talk about him because he's coming off the bench, which has to be hard as an athlete. As athletes, we know how difficult that is. You being a starter, you get a top player in P.J. Dozier to come into your program. Now you find yourself on the bench, but he comes off. He's the ultimate teammate, scores 18 points in the ballgame.
Well, he's really embraced the role of coming off the bench, and because of his past 2 years of experience, he's done a really good job of finding a way to fit in. And he's really grown into a quality SEC player. I think early on maybe he struggled with confidence with regards to maybe feeling like whether or not he belongs in the SEC. But he's their knockdown shooter. He's the most consistent threat from long distance, and he's done a really good job of filling in and knocking down shots when given the opportunity.
Now they're hitting the road, going overseas, so to speak. The Paradise Jam, huh? Yes. The Paradise Jam, the Virgin Islands. How about that? To play basketball, 3 games in 4 days for this basketball team. And Friday they will take on a DePaul basketball program.
I tell my mother all of the time that she had me much, much too soon because the amenities that these young men enjoy right now. Man, where were those things when we came through?
No, what was on Paradise Jam?
Yeah, but they're going up against a team in DePaul. First-year coach Dave Lato was at Virginia a couple of years ago. This is actually his second stint at DePaul as the head coach. But spoke to one of the coaches, and they're not going over to win just 1 or 2 games. They're going over with the intention of winning the event, winning the tournament. And for a team that's trying to turn the corner, for a team that's trying to take that next step as a program, I think winning an event like this early on would go such a long way when it comes to the confidence side of it. So that's what they're going over there to do. They took off this morning about 10:30 and landed this afternoon. So they're there safely, and we'll see what happens.
They didn't ask you to travel?
No, I mean, they left me back in Columbia this time.
It's a good thing that you're back in Columbia. We can do awesome things like this. Of course, Gamecock Chalk Talk will be coming up with basketball in a couple of weeks after the Gamecock football season is done, which we know won't be any bowl games for them, so we'll be picking up basketball very soon this year. Well, that's going to wrap things up for sports. We'll come back and wrap things up from the desk in just a moment.